Okay, the first page of the final starts off with 18 problems that are just very basic problems that you should know that deal with numbers, laws of exponents, and polynomials. So, thought that would keep your interest. So, 5 divided by 0. Now, if you get that wrong, by the way, these aren't the problems, aren't the exact problems. Some will be in there, some won't. But anyways, if you get this wrong, I'm allowed, I don't know, I was going to say make fun of you, but you really shouldn't make fun of each other. But anything divided by 0 is undivided. Oh my goodness. Then 0 divided by a number other than 0 is 0. And 0 divided by 0 is undefined. You can't divide by 0. How many times do I have to say it? Then 6 minus 10. Do we really need to talk about that? Oh my goodness. Minus 4. Minus 6 minus 4 is minus 10. Now, square root of 9. There is a section on square roots near the end of the test, but there are some basic radicals in here because it's just a number. Square root of 9, 3. What are you squaring to get 9? Cube root of 27. What do you cube to get 27? 3. Now, 11 and 12, most people get wrong. I would asterisk this and review it, because it should be 3 points. Not in parentheses. Negative's not affected by the square, so this is negative 16. This is in parentheses, so the square affects it. So a negative squared would be positive. Now, this one most people get wrong because you say, oh, negative is positive, but no. This negative means I owe. This negative means I move. I move, I owe. I move, I owe, I move. So the answer is negative 1/4. I just accidentally put that there. That's nothing. Now, anything 0 power is 1. The opposite of 1 is negative 1. It's not in parentheses. If it was in parentheses, then it would be positive 1. Now, you need to know your laws of exponents. That's the next part of the first part of the final. So, when you add two things that have the same base, same power, you just add the numbers out front. So 2x. So if I said 5x squared plus 7x squared, hopefully you know it's 12x squared. Notice the power did not change because we're adding. Power has to do with multiplication. When you multiply two things same base, you add the powers. So x to the 7 times x to the 10 is x to the 17th. So what is x to the 20 times x to the 30? That's right, x to the 50. Good job. I'm impressed with you. Next one, when you have a base to a power, then you raise it to another power, you multiply the powers. So if I have x to the 6th to the 10th, that'd be x to the 60th. So if I have x to the 4th to the 3rd, base to a power all raised to another power, you multiply, yes, x to the 12th. Hey, good job. So this one, when you have a product to a power, you raise both to that power. So if I have 2x cubed, I'd cube the 2, I'd cube the x. So if I have x to the 4th, y to the 6th cubed, You raise both to the power, so it'd be x to the 12th, y to the 18th. When you're dividing, oh wait, that's a fraction. When you have a fraction raise to the power, you raise both to that power. So if I have 2/3 and I want to raise it cubed, that'd be 8 to the over 27. If I have x to the 6th, y to the 4th, and I raise it to the 5th, I forgot the 4. Base to a power raised to another power, you multiply, so it's x to 30, y to the 20. Is this coming back to you, I hope? I hope. Now, when you divide two things, say base, there's actually 3 parts. If the top is bigger, it's x to the m minus n. If the bottom is bigger, it's 1 over x to the n minus m. And if the powers are the same, it's 1. So if I have x to the 6th, y to the 8th, z to the 4th, over x to the 10th, y to the 4th, z to the 4th, I'd say, hey, there's 10 of these on the bottom, so x stays on the bottom. That'd be x to the 4th on the bottom. And I have something in my eye, so I'm sorry here. I'm having trouble seeing. I have more y's on the top, so it stays on the top. You subtract. Anything divided by itself is 1. So if I have 4x to the 7th over 6x to the 3rd, I reduce a fraction like a normal fraction. So 4 over 6 would be 2/3. There's more x's on the top to start. Whenever I have a negative in the power, I move it. We got to move it. We like to move it. Oh, I think I need to eat breakfast here, but this would be 1 over x. This would be x. Now, the one most people get wrong is this one. Not in parentheses, so only the x moves. So it's 2 over x. So if I have x to the negative 4, y to the 8th, x to the 6th, y to the negative 10. So one way to do it is to move the terms with a negative, but once you move it, it becomes positive power because you did what the negative is telling you to do. So it'd be y to the 8th on top. Bring this one up, y to the 10th. Bring this one down. But notice I didn't move this x or I didn't move this y because they're not negative powers. So when they're on the same level, you just multiply two things the same base, you add the powers. And a 0 power, do you remember what it means? Yes, that is right, Antonio. Keep it going. A 0 power means 1. So anything to 0 power is 1. Okay, I'll finish page 1 of the final in the next video and start page 2. Have a good day.